What's up, everybody? So I just had an epiphany, and that is, in the course of human events, there's a battle that goes on in the kind of space between spaces, the time before action. And it's the battle between good and evil. And we have understood this and talked about this forever in the human condition. And just recently, in the kind of scientific revolution and the rise of materialism and atheism, we've chalked it up to fantasy, the idea of angels and devils and this kind of thing. But the truth is, we all have the choice before we act to act in accordance with what is good, call good continuing harmonious activity of living systems, or in accordance with what is evil, call evil wanton destruction and unnecessary pain inflicted on oneself or others, right? It's not difficult to define. Okay, if we can define good and evil in those simple ways, then we can understand that there are forces that are in line with both good and evil. Love, lust, anger, hate, jealousy, self-destructive, vanity, narcissism, any emotion or emotive force or compulsive agent that you can conceptualize exists insofar as it has the capacity to influence your action. And so we need to get back to the kind of Christian understanding of good and evil. Not because the church is where it's at, because you are the seat of God. And to be in line with the highest moral potential, you have to be aware, just like I have to be aware, of the forces that would fight for the ability to influence your actions. And there's always a way to justify those things logically. That's why the logical mind is never to be trusted over that which is good. Big G, like capital G, good. And sometimes it's not for us to know what is good, right? Sometimes we don't know what to do in a certain situation, but that's where things like prayer come in. And I always hear this little cynic in my head when I talk about God or prayer or Christianity, because the Western mind doesn't want to accept the wisdom of God. Because the reality is, if you ask for wisdom, if you ask for insight, if you pray, even if you're an atheist, if you genuinely seek knowledge, you'll find it. So sometimes it's helpful to put it up to God, to understand that we are fallible and we don't have all the answers. And sometimes it's best to just focus on trying to ask the best questions we can, and to always act in accordance with the highest good, and to, pursue the noblest path that we can. And that's it. That battle never ends. And more power to you in fighting the good fight. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.